Hey folks, Dale Davidson here, Davidson Law Offices. Glad you're here. If you like what we're doing here at our channel, hit the like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so that as we have these videos coming out, that you'll be notified. We hope we're giving you a lot of good information on VA benefits, nursing home benefits, estate planning, and the like. So, headline news, nursing home CEO is afraid he'll end up at one of the places he owns. Now, this headline tells you all you need to know about nursing homes. Nobody wants to go to one, not even the owner. Now, this headline came from The Onion, an online newspaper whose singular purpose is to point out that its readers are gullible people. But really, aren't most people gullible? Don't most people just read a headline and make up their decisions? In fact, choosing a nursing home is a very important and a very stressful thing to do during your lifetime. And we're going to talk more about that here in a few minutes. But yeah, this is a fictional story, headline, okay, where the nursing home owner tells a reporter that why he'd never want to end up in one of his nursing homes. And he says, look, I've overseen the terrible way they treat people in my nursing home. It's just horrific. And yes, some nursing home residents do get abused and are treated badly, okay? But as a whole, most nursing home residents are treated with dignity and respect. So this Onion is a comedy, and at first glance it appears funny, but again, it's not funny, because choosing a nursing home is serious business, and it's very stressful on the family. In today's fast-paced world, many people, and I'm guilty of this too, we only read headlines and that's all I need to know. Well, here today to let you know, the more educated you are, the better choices you can make. The same is true with nursing homes, and we're going to give you some tips and tricks on how to find a good nursing home for your loved one. Okay. Now, you're saying, whoa, Dale, I'm not going to a nursing home. My parents aren't going to a nursing home. My loved one's not going there. Well, no one wants to end up in a nursing home. But the statistics say that 70% of us, 7 out of 10 people, will end up in a nursing home at some point in time during our lifetime. Whether it be for rehabbing an injury or whether it be for long-term care, okay? So it could be temporary or it could be permanent, but 70% of us are going to be there one day. We may not like it, but it's often the last resort. So before we get into the meat of this video, let's distinguish between a personal care home, an assisted living, and a nursing home. Now, a personal care home is a home care facility that provides housing and food and one or more personal services for 2 or more adults who are not related to the owner or not related to the administration. An assisted living is kind of like a personal care home with more emphasis though on independence and providing medication reminders and check-ins, okay? And then we have the nursing home, which is a skilled nursing facility providing a wider and higher level of health and personal care services. Now, a nursing home or skilled nursing facility provides skilled nursing care, 24-hour supervision. They provide the meals, assistance with everyday activities of daily living, and a lot of them they'll provide rehab services such as physical, occupational, and speech therapy that are available. Okay, usually the rehab is based upon a temporary stay. So if you're recovering from a fall, a hip or knee surgery, a heart attack, your stay should be for a short time, and after discharge from the hospital. Okay, so after your recovery, you go home. So you go to the skilled nursing, you get rehab, physical, occupational, speech, whatever it may be. You're there for maybe 60, 90 days tops, and then you go home, okay? However, if you have ongoing physical or mental conditions that require constant care and supervision, you're more likely to be a permanent resident. Let me give you some example of those. You've got Parkinson's. Okay, you have dementia, you have Alzheimer's, you can't ambulate. Okay, you have a feeding tube, you have, whatever it may be that limits your abilities, such you need skilled nursing care. Okay, let's talk about if your loved one is going to be a permanent resident at a skilled nursing facility. How do you choose that? Because this is difficult. Okay, so number one, consider what you want. What's important to you? What's important to the loved one who's going into that skilled nursing facility? Okay. From my perspective as a professional in dealing with skilled nursing facilities each and every day, I look at staffing levels. I look at the nursing care. I look at what physical therapy facilities they have. Is there a special care unit? For instance, there's a facility about an hour and a half drive from here that accepts tracheotomy residents. Okay, not all nursing homes do. But do you want a place that's close to family members? Do you want a place that's close, that's for you? I mean, for convenience, so you can visit early and often. So again, consider what do you want, but don't forget to take into consideration what your loved one wants also. All right, number two, talk to friends and family. Talk to anybody and everybody, okay? Talk with friends and relatives, social workers, your folks at your church, your preachers, whoever they may be, to find out what places they suggest. I am quite sure that somebody you talk to has got some kind of experience with a loved one in a skilled nursing facility. Okay, check with the doctor. Which nursing homes do they feel provides good care? Okay, talk to other people, talk to everybody about these facilities. Stop somebody on the street, talk to them. It doesn't matter, but talk to people, get some information. Don't rely on headlines. Always, always do your own research. Never trust headline news. This internet is a fantastic thing. It's a blessing and a curse at the same time. It's a blessing here because you can look at ratings, comparisons, you can research complaints and violations for all the nursing homes in your area. You can go to the Georgia Department of Community Health website and do all this research, or medicare.gov and cms.gov. So research, okay? Because I think it's medicare.gov or cms.gov. They've got a good nursing home comparison chart. So get a list of all the nursing homes in your area, okay? And call them. Ask questions. How many residents do they have? What does it cost? What about their staffing? Do they have a waiting list? What is their turnover for staffing? That's important because you got a lot of turnover in staffing. There's an issue there that needs to be addressed because you want your loved one to be taken care of. And if they're always having to bring in new staff and retrain, you're probably not getting that level of care that you deserve. Okay. One of the things that I like to tell people is visit every facility you're considering. Make plans to meet with the executive director and the nursing director. Visit the facility at different times of the day, morning, noon, and night, okay? When you visit, use your nose, smell. Does the facility smell dirty? Okay? Or does it smell clean? Now, just because it smells clean doesn't mean that it's clean, right? So if it's got this strong, clean smell like a Clorox type smell, that may be cause to concern that they might be hiding something. I don't know. But ask questions. Look at the residents. Do they look well cared for? Are the residents confined to their rooms, or are they allowed to go out in the hallway or go to the activities rooms? Do they just park them in front of the boob tube and they watch Price is Right all day long? I don't know. But you need to check that out. Okay. What is the staff doing? Are they attending to the residents, or are they sitting there texting their friends on their phones? If you visit during lunch, this is a good one. Visit during lunch. Look at the resident's plate. Does the food look appetizing? Does it look nutritious? If it's, and this is a true story, I got pictures to prove it too. Resident's plate was 2 pieces of white bread and a piece of that plastic wrapped cheese, and that was it. And that was a cheese sandwich. Okay. That wasn't appetizing, that wasn't nutritious. Okay. So look. Ask questions. Ask a ton of questions when you visit. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Ask the staff. Remember I talked about the strong odor? Hey, what's that strong odor from? It smells like Clorox. What's going on here? How long, Mr. or Mrs. Director, how long have you been at this facility? It's hard for us to keep, we've got several facilities in this area. It's hard for us to keep up with the directors because they change so often, okay? And I don't understand why, but they just can't seem to keep a director at these different facilities. So how long has the director been there? How long has the nursing director been there? What about the food director? Do they have any kind of activities person to help the residents do different activities? Okay, ask all these questions. Okay, once you visited the facility, go back again. Make second, third visits. Okay, don't call ahead, just show up. Okay, try a different day of the week, a different time of the day, morning, noon, late afternoon. I knew somebody who would like to visit early evening. And that's a telltale sign. I mean, so all the residents are now fed and in bed, and the staff was sitting there on their phones and watching TV. That wouldn't be for my loved one, okay? Again, stop by at meal times. Is the dining room attractive? Does the food smell good? Okay. Does the food look tempting? So, once you've decided on your skilled nursing facility. Again, nobody wants to be there, but once you've decided on one, they're going to give you a contract. And they're going to say, hey, you got to fill out all this information and sign here, 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 and this is the price. So read the contract carefully. Question the director or assistant director about anything in that contract you don't understand. Better yet, find somebody like myself or another elder law attorney that's familiar with these nursing home contracts to help you understand what is in the contract. So again, read. If you don't understand it, get help, okay? Now, there's one thing that I caution all my clients about, and there's an arbitration clause that a lot of these facilities will have. I always think it's better to opt out of those arbitration clauses because you don't want to get pigeonholed into something that you don't necessarily deserve if something happens to you or your loved one in the facility and you have to take legal action. So, look, the Centers for Medicaid and Medicare and Medicaid Services, they require that each state inspect nursing homes that gets Medicare dollars or Medicaid dollars, okay? Homes that don't pass inspection are not certified. So, before you sign the contract, ask to see the current inspection report and certification. And just a note, Georgia is still way behind in their inspections because of COVID. I don't know exactly. At last report, they were about 24 months behind. But if you don't have if they don't have a recent inspection report, certainly call the state of Georgia to see when that facility is going to be inspected. So, look, I hope we've given you some good information. Again, it's kind of a tough subject. Nobody wants to be in a nursing home, but sometimes it's just a necessary thing. If you've got to go into a skilled nursing, hopefully it's just temporary, you go home. But if it's permanent, I hope we've given you some good tips on what to look for, questions to ask. Always ask questions, okay? There's never a dumb question, okay? Ask it. So, we hope you've liked what we said here today, giving you some good information. If you agree with us, please like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so when our videos come out, you'll be notified. And hey, tell your friends about us. Tell them to say, go on YouTube and see this guy. He's got some pretty good tips. So, and until next time, you be blessed. Thank you.
Catching bass on an old fishing boat. One more story from Grandpa Joe.